Next.
The budget in the camera, or the UHF radios?
The radio system, well, obviously the dispatchers are going to get some new stuff there too. We're certainly still in the process with the radio system because of grant funding. Grant funding, we're waiting to be acknowledged, again, not of any fault of our own, but a fault of the fact that the state budget didn't get passed. The state budget finally did get passed, so they were supposed to have this meeting in July. They're finally having that meeting on November 14th. We'll get approved for what we're getting with the grant money. The second that they give us the authority to start spending that, Don, which I hope to be the next week after that, we will be in position that we've done the research and we're ready to go on signing a contract to get the radio system upgraded.
It'd be like
And what would our match?
Thanksgiving.
What would our match be?
Well, again,
This is somewhere around $1 million, correct?
the system we currently are looking at is $910,000. So part of this is there was a bunch of we'll just call them incentives by Motorola to lower it by about $100,000. So we have it divided up into radio consoles in the radio room and then radio infrastructure, which includes 4 sites with all the microwaves, the repeaters, the transmitters, the receivers, the antennas, and everything that goes with that.
So we're looking at a grant to cover at least half of that?
Well, the goal was I know we have $100,000 of it right now in the grant. That's the part that we don't know, and we won't know to the 14th. It was applied for, making a long-winded here, it was applied for $500,000 toward that event. Now, in addition to that, there's $200,000 that'll be coming out of the asset seizure account that we currently have funding for that. So the cost of the municipality could be as little as 200, and I say municipality, meaning out of the budget, as little as 210 or as high as 500,000.
We can't have, depending on the amount of money we get in the grant, we can't spend any money now because if we do, we couldn't use that money as a match.
It's a match, absolutely.
All right, so that's why we've had to hold off on this. But we have saved up, for the lack of a better term, we have about $700,000, and that is counting the $100,000 we do have currently.
And the asset seizure money.
Yeah, the asset
So I don't want
seizure
people to
money,
think
and we
that's added
also,
on top.
for the benefit of those people who come to our meetings all the time, back in the spring, we opened up council approved the Public Communications Fund, which we did a bond refunding in May, and we received, it's like when you refinance your house, you might get extra money back. Well, it's kind of the same thing. And we took money from that, $200,000, and we put it into that Public Communications Fund. Now, in that Public Communications Fund, for the benefit of the public, how this is going to be paid, we have about $350,000 in that. In the asset seizure, we have about $250,000, and plus the $100,000 in the grant, so that's about $700,000. And we're hoping, as Chief Cole just said, we're hoping to get more money on this grant, obviously the smaller amount that the municipality will have to pay. And that's all going to be coming out of capital. That's not in the operational budget.
But worth every single penny.
I
However
concur.
we have to get there, it's worth every single penny
I
for
think
the
the other-
benefit of the community, to the safety of our officers, our EMS, our firemen, and everybody that lives here, so that everyone understands how important it is that we get there, and we are working like crazy.
I agree.
The Chief Cole advised me during the Public Safety Committee meetings that he has made handshake deals with better locations for our repeater and microwave sites. Channel 40 across in the valley to cover the lower part of Monroeville. Channel 22, or what we knew as Channel 22, up on the Illini Hill. There's a handshake deal to put repeaters up there. The Monroeville Mall is going to allow us to put a microwave site in there, so the police and even fire and EMS all have better coverage when they're in the Monroeville Mall. So there's 4 sites being added. We're actually going to be capable of putting up a 5th one. We'll wait to see how that radio coverage works out. In the interim, all the rented Verizon phone lines that go to our repeaters now are going to be able to be dropped. So, though it doesn't save us hundreds of thousands, it saves us money.
Approximately $2,000 a year per site that we were doing. That's absolutely
Yeah, because we rent phone lines.
Red phone. And just one of the important things that everybody, we've heard some talk about the fact that, hey, well, once you switch over right now, you can do it right now. Councilman Harvey's very correct. We only have one transmitting site currently on all our channels, whether it's Public
the
Works.
Crown Tower, too.
It's up at the Crown Tower. This site here is going to take 3 frequencies at the UHF band, be able to, obviously, police, fire, and EMS on another one, and then whatever, we have a second channel, administrative or a fire ground or what do you want to call it, tactical channel to go to, and they're going to come off of 4 different transmitters at the same time, 4 different sites that give us real good coverage. This system is going to be engineered, it's going to be a portable-based engineered system, so you can talk on a portable radio and hopefully get 95% coverage of the municipality, which is all you can ever get 100%. So that's what we're looking at. I'm very confident it's going to be a very functional system, and it'll take the municipality for the next 30 years with no problem at all. It has the capability of being upgraded to a trunk system, which is like a cellular system in the future if we have to do that. It'll be state-of-the-art. The consoles are the exact same consoles that the 911 center uses, and they're in the process of buying 140 of them, to throw some numbers at the public, for $150,000 a piece. You figure that out. To put them out at the new dispatch center the county's going to in Moon Township, because they're moving it out to Moon Township. So this is going to be interacted with that. It'll give our platform for all the fire, EMS, and police in our municipality to talk to anybody in the county. So it's the good system, it's the right system, we need to do it. And just so everybody knows, the system that we currently have is 1982 technology. The police system is 1979, 79, 80. So that technology. So we got the work out of these systems. We got the use out of these systems. So
we need to get this done.
We need to
I'm
get it
excited
done.
about this new
I
system.
hope it'll be signed off by the end of the month.
Thank you. Very good.
Yes.
Any other questions? Got more on that? Okay.
Thanks, Doug.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
your time.
All right, folks, in a